Before the world learned his name, he was already learning how to disappear into the rhythm until movement stopped being movement and became language. On August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, a boy named Michael Jackson was born into a world that didn't yet know it would be reshaped by him. Gary was not a place of luxury. It was steel, struggle, and survival. But within that environment, something unusual was forming in him, a sensitivity to rhythm, emotion, and precision that felt almost unnatural for his age. Later in life, Michael would say, "I'm just like anyone. I cut and I bleed." A reminder that beneath the legend, there was always a human being trying to be understood. Michael was raised in a disciplined household led by Joseph Jackson and Catherine Jackson. Joseph, strict and demanding, saw potential early and pushed his children hard. Catherine offered emotional grounding, a softer contrast in a rigid environment. Among his siblings, Michael stood out early not just for talent, but for obsession. He didn't just want to perform, he wanted perfection. He once said, "The greatest education in the world is watching the masters at work." Everything changed with the Jackson 5. Michael became the lead voice of a group that transformed family talent into global success. Under producers like Berry Gordy and the Motown system, the Jackson 5 became a worldwide phenomenon. Hits like "I Want You Back" and ABC turned them into household names. But behind the smiles was discipline, hours of rehearsal, correction, repetition. This is where the idea of Kung Fu quietly mirrors his life, mastery through repetition until effort disappears. As Michael grew, he stepped beyond group identity. He worked closely with visionary producers like Quincy Jones, who helped shape his solo sound into something revolutionary. He didn't just want songs, he wanted worlds. He explored filmmaking, choreography, and stage design. Every project became a controlled universe where sound, movement, and emotion collided. He once said, "In a world filled with despair, we must still dream." Then came transformation. With albums like Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad, Michael Jackson became more than an artist. He became a global system of influence. Thriller became the best-selling album of all time. The Thriller short film, directed by John Landis, changed music videos forever. His collaborations included icons like Quincy Jones, Rod Temperton, and choreographers who helped shape his signature movement style. Every performance felt engineered, precision layered over emotion, like a martial artist refining every strike. If you enter this world knowing you are loved and you leave this world knowing the same, then everything that happens in between can be dealt with. Michael was deeply curious. He studied film direction, illusion, storytelling, and physical movement. He admired performers like Fred Astaire, whose elegance influenced his own precision. He also studied martial arts, not for combat, but for discipline, balance, and flow. This is where the Kung Fu philosophy truly connects, repetition until control becomes effortless. Fame complicated intimacy. Michael's life was lived under constant observation, making trust rare and privacy fragile. His connections were often private and deeply personal, shaped by both admiration and pressure from the outside world. Despite this, he often expressed a longing for normalcy. "I just wish I could go out and walk down the street like everyone else." Later in life, Michael became a father to his children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket, Prince Michael II. In them, he found a different kind of purpose, not performance, but protection. He often described fatherhood as his most important role, wanting to give them what he felt he lost: freedom, innocence, and safety. Death. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson passed away in Los Angeles, California. The world reacted not just with grief, but with global silence. Cities gathered. Fans cried. Music stopped feeling the same for a moment. His influence had already become permanent. Michael Jackson's life was not simply a music career, it was a lifelong discipline of refinement. Like Kung Fu in its truest meaning, his journey was built on repetition, control, and mastery. Every movement was practiced until it disappeared into instinct. Every sound was shaped until it became emotion. He worked with giants, Quincy Jones, Berry Gordy, John Landis, and stood among icons like Fred Astaire, yet remained singular in expression. And perhaps that is why his legacy still feels alive. Not because he performed for the world, but because he mastered himself in front of it.